Todo esto era para... Ah, necesita decir water. I don't want. No ne... A ver. Need you to produce this seed water para otra mierda. Come here. Ah, me acabo de caer. Fuck. Pum. Con esto y esto. Agua por ahí. Y ahora, ¿cuál es tu puto problema? You don't have electricity. Penastro. What the fuck? ¿Qué le pasó a mi wire coso?
Mucho tiempo más tarde.
What the fuck? Tengo una grabación. A ver. Todo tiene Robert, yes. Why the fuck are you not working? Because you need electricity. Here you go. Electricity for you. Necesito dos cables de esos. Necesito golden rods también, creo. ¿En ¿Puede ser? Electrum rods, claro que sí. No podía ser golden rods normales, obviamente. Alloy smelter. Necesito golden ingot y silver ingot. A ver. Golden ingot y silver ingot. Silver ingot. No tenemos ya silver ingot. Nos hemos quedado sin silver ingot. Let's fucking go. Eso va en el alloy smelter. Alloy smelter. Entonces, esto por acá. Esto y esto me da eso. Y ahora los rods se hacen en el Little. No sé si lo tengo colocado. Little. Arc Little. No lo tengo colocado. Ahora sí lo tengo colocado. Hazme unas rods. Voy a guardar un poco de esto. Bueno, de oro se puede quedar ahí. Lo que me necesito guardar es de esta mierda. Y con esto ya estaría. Con los cables y todo. Con esto una cosa de estas. There we go. Ya. Y ahora. Ahora necesitamos 400 de aluminio. Let's fucking go. Aluminio ya está. Esto por acá. Vamos a dividir esto tal que así, por ejemplo. Eso por ahí. Esto está haciendo palitos. Y ahora la cosa es que yo necesito dos de estas mierdas. Que dos de estas mierdas me piden. Me piden estas mierdas. Oh, ¿por qué? Copper cable. This couldn't be easy. No, no, no. Copernicus wire. Vale, y eso necesita estar en el 2. Creo que tenemos más Copernicus. O eso espero. ¿O no? Ya tampoco tenemos Copernicus. Shit.
Ya no tengo nada. No materials, no materials, no nothing.
Nothing at all. Vale. Y pum. Copper wire. Let's fucking go. Con copper wire. Oh shit. Y ahora. Esta mierda. Termino de hacer esa mierda. Tú hazme unos palitos. Esto lo voy a guardar. Voy a guardar unos cuantos de aluminio. Just in case. Unos con los palitos. Así me puedo guardar un par de cosas probablemente. Ahora, ¿qué más necesito? Magnetic Steel Rods. Yo hice unas cuantas Magnetic Steel Rods. No. Entonces, ¿en dónde tengo el Polarizer?
Be right back. Voy a
Ah,
coger algo para tomar. Otra jugo.
ok. Polarizer. Unas Steel Rods. Vamos a dejar. Es por ahí, por ejemplo. Y con esto y los wires estos. En teoría ya estaríamos para hacer dos de estos. Uno, dos. Y ahora me faltan los gears. Aluminio ingot. En el metal alloy. Small gear. Metal molding. Uy, what the fuck. En el alloy smelter. Entonces necesito el molde. Debería haber guardado por acá probablemente. Small gear. Porque es lo que necesito, ¿no? Pequeña. Small aluminio gear, yes. Ok. Entonces en el metal alloy. This shit. I'll come back. Put this shit. And with this shit, we get this shit. But now I don't have a space in my inventory. Alright. Bueno, tengo el inventario lleno de mierda. Uno, dos. Con eso y eso tenemos Advanced Laser Engraver. Ni siquiera
No.
hicimos el normal. Directamente pasamos al avanzado. Oh, a mí me gusta. Y esta mierda. Y ahora todo esto era para poder hacer what exactly esto. Que es una unidad de eso. No es una unidad de esto. Me da eso. Y luego esta mierda la tengo que pasar por el cóter de ese que acabo de hacer, creo. Yep. Ah, bueno, que no tiene energía suficiente. Ah, bueno, makes sense porque esto es top tier. You know. Esto no funciona, ¿no? Esto necesita ir acá. Y ahora necesito carbón. Y ahora de vuelta para arriba. Y ahora de vuelta acá. Insufficient input. Shut the fuck up, insufficient input. Insufficient input. Toma más carbón, pues. How dare he say insufficient input? Insufficient input todavía. Ah, bueno, es que no está conectado. Ah, my bad. The fuck you mean insufficient input todavía? Ah, bueno, a ver, está funcionando muy poco a poco, pero está funcionando. Ahora sí, ahora sí. Pick, pick 2. Performa hype. Human
Oye,
again.
me he resbalado.
Word of advice. Cuando vayas a estar a punto de caer, si te teletransportas, cuenta un poco como un water drop.
Es que no estoy preparado.
Total
Porque si no, también
understandable.
podría usar el stop este de teleport y ya, pero es que no. No estoy preparado.
Yeah, that's
Además,
what I mean.
I'm not prepared.
Not prepared to die, I didn't want to die.
Ya. A lo mejor deberían cantar mis botas con Feder Poli.
Probablemente.
Necesito que pases un digno igualmente. Uy.
A ver. It's comfortable. Jesus Christ, ¿por qué me lagueó de repente? Ah, porque tiene son. What the fuck? La primera vez que me laguea el juego. Nada más me sorprende que no me esté lagueando, teniendo en cuenta que tenemos 40 máquinas que tienen movimiento, 40 máquinas que están produciendo cosas, recibiendo inputs y mierda así constantemente. Me sorprende que vaya bien.
A mí también. Me sorprende que vaya tan bien, de hecho.
Es como, ya tengo uno de los ítems más complicados para hacer esta mierda. Fuck yeah. Ahora, ¿cómo hago esto? Con el exquisite terminal de... Bueno, una cosa a la vez. A ver. Esta rama Don. Necesito dos circuitos de esos. Vale, eso no big problem. Bueno, de hecho, ahora que lo pienso, puedo esconder esto temporalmente, creo. Creo que puedo decir... Tú escóndete un momento. ¿No? Yes.
Ok, creo que el server está yendo lento ahora sí.
Oh shit. Want me to restart my PC?
Oh, no, espera un momento.
Be right back then.
Al día siguiente.
What is applied energistics to? Apply energistics to adds components and mechanics to provide logistics and storage solutions. You can replace your massive room full of chests with a compact ME network. But that's just the beginning of things. Applied Energistics is meant to work with and allow automatization of other more mods in a modpack. You can set up your system too with a single click, craft all of the prerequisites, and the final result of a complex crafting chain. Craft all the prerequisites and the final result of a complex crafting chain. Or keep creating quantities of items in stock. Or keep creating quantities of items in stock, creating more as needed, or simply transfer items around your base. Getting started. The following information only applies to Apply Analytics 2 in Minecraft 1.20 and newer. To get started with Apply Analytics 2, one must first find a meteorite. They are fairly common and tend to leave massive holes in the terrain, so you have probably encountered one in your travels. If you haven't, you can craft a meteorite compass, which will point out towards the nearest meteorite cube. Once you have found a meteorite, mine into its center. You will find Certus quartz clusters, Certus quartz bots, building Certus blocks of various types, and a mysterious cube in the center. Mine the Certus quartz cluster and any Certus quartz blocks you find. You can also pick up the bottom Certus blocks, but without the seal touch, they will degrade by 1 tier. Do not break any flawless bottom Certus, as even with seal touch, they will degrade to a flawless bottom Certus, and it is impossible to repair them back to flawless. Also, mind the mysterious cube in the center of the meteorite to gain all 4 inscriber presses. Growing Certus quartz. Certus quartz bots will sprout from budding Certus blocks. Similar to amethyst, if you break a bud, this is not finished growing. It will drop 1 Certus quartz dust, unchanged by fortune. When you make a fully grown cluster, it will drop 4 Certus quartz crystals, and fortune will increase this number. There are 4 tiers of budding Certus blocks: flawless, flawed, chipped, and damaged. Every time a bud grows by another stage, the budding block has a chance to degrade by 1 tier, eventually turning into a plain Certus quartz block. They can be repaired and new budding blocks created by throwing the budding blocks or Certus quartz block in water with 1 or more charged Certus quartz crystal. Que ahí supongo que hay una imagen de estas, bueno, un modelo 3D. No puedo cargar por algún motivo. No problem. Flawless botting Certus blocks will not degrade and will generate Certus infinitely. However, they cannot be cracked or moved with a pickaxe, even with seal touch. They can be moved with special storage though by themselves. Certus quartz bots grow very slowly. Luckily, the growth accelerator massively accelerates this process when placed adjacent to the building block. You should build a few of these as your first priority. You have enough to also make an energy acceptor or vibration chamber. You can make a wooden crank and stick it on the end of your accelerator. Harvesting the Certus automatically is described here. A quick aside on fluids. Another material you will need is fluids, which you have already encountered in making growth accelerators. It is made by throwing charged Certus redstone and nether quartz in water. Doing this automatically is left as an exercise for the reader. The charger is required to produce charged Certus quartz crystals if you haven't made one already. Inscribing some processors. In your looking of meteorites, you will have found the 4 presses from breaking the mysterious cube. They are using the inscriber to make the 3 types of processor. The inscriber is a side machine much like the vanilla furnace. Inserting from the top or bottom places items in the top or bottom slot, and inserting from the side or back inserts into the center slot. Results can be pulled from the side or back to facilitate automatization with hoppers and possibly reduce pipe spaghetti. Inscribers can be rotated with a Certus quartz wrench. Produce a few of each type of processors in preparation for the next step, making a very basic ME system. Automating processors production is left as an exercise for the reader. Master Energy Tech, ME Networks and Storage. What is ME storage? This pronounced IMI and stands for matter energy. Matter energy is the main component of applied energy 6.2. It is like a mad scientist version of a multi-block chess, and it can revolutionize your storage situation. ME is extremely different than other storage systems in Minecraft, and it might take a little out of the box thinking to get used to, but once you get started, vast amount of storage in tiny space and multi-access terminals are just the tip of the iceberg of what becomes possible. What do I need to know to get started? There's any storage items inside of other items called storage cells. There are 5 tiers with every increasing amount of storage. In order to use a storage cell, it must be placed inside either an ME chest or an ME driver. The ME chest shows you the contents of the cells as soon as it is placed inside, and you can add or remove items from it as if it was a chest, with the exception that the items are actually stored in the storage cells and not the ME chest itself. While the ME chest is a great way to get introduced to the concept of ME, to really take advantage, you need to set up an ME network, your very first ME system. Now that you have all the basic materials and machines from Applied Energy 6.2, you can make your first ME matter energy system. It will be a very basic one, no autografting, no logistic, just nice, simple, searchable storage. Your ingredients list: 1 ME driver, 1 ME terminal or ME grafting terminal, 1 energy acceptor, a few cables either glass covered or smart but not dense, a few storage cells recommended of the 4K variety for a good mix of capacity and types. It would be more efficient to partition a mix of 4K and 1K, but that's a complexity we won't go into now. 1. Place the driver down. Second, the energy acceptor and several other Apply Energy 6.2 devices come in two modes, cube and flat. They can be switched between in a certain grid. If your energy acceptor is a cube, place it down next to the driver. If it is a flat source, place a cable on the drive and place the acceptor on that. Run energy into the energy acceptor with a cable, pipe, or conduit from your favorite energy generation mode. Place a cable on top of the driver or otherwise at eye level and place your terminal or crafting terminal on it. Put your storage cell into the driver. Profit. Fiddle with the terminal settings. Bask into your ultimate power and ability. Realize that the network is, in the ground scheme, rather small. Expanding your network. So you have some basic storage and access to that storage. It is a good start, but you will likely be looking to maybe automate some processing. A great example of this is to place an ME export bus on top of a furnace to dump in ores, and an ME import bus on top of the furnace to extract furnace ores. The ME export bus lets you export items from the network into the attached inventory, while the ME import bus imports items from the attached inventory into the network. Overcoming limits. At this point, you probably getting close to 8 or so devices. Once you hit 9 devices, you will have to start managing channels. Many devices, but not all, require a channel to function. By default, a network can support 8 channels. Once you break this limit, you will have to add an ME controller to your network. This allows you to expand your network greatly. Smart cables will allow you to see how channels are routed through your network. Use them extensively when starting out to learn how channels act or if you have a lot of redstone and glowstone. ME export bus. The export bus pulls items and fluids. Okay, interesting. The export bus pulls items and fluids and whatever else given add-ons. So, asumo que con diferentes addons haces que pueda transferir fluidos, items o otras cosas, gases maybe, incluso. Bueno, from network storage and pushes them into the inventory is touching. For purpose of lag reduction, if the export bus has not exported something recently, it goes into a sort of sleep mode, where it operates slowly and makes up and accelerates to full speed 4 operations per second when it successfully exports something they are capable of supports. Filtering. By default, the bus will not export anything. Items inserted into this filter slot will act as a whitelist, allowing those specific items to be exported. Items and fluids can be dragged into the slot from the GE or RE even if you don't have any of those items. Right click with a fluid container like a bucket or fluid tank to set the fluid as a filter instead of the buckets or tank item. Upgrades. The import bus supports the following operates. Capacity card increases the amount of filter slots and brings up a setting on what order to export what is filtered. Wait, that's interesting. Acceleration card increases the amount of stuff moved per operation. Fuzzy card lets the boss filter by damage level and or ignore item NBT. Crafting card lets the boss send crafting requests to your auto crafting system to get the item it desires. Can be set up to pull the item from the storage if possible, or to always make a request for a new item to be crafted. A redstone card adds redstone control, allowing active or high signal to low signal or ones purples. Speed accelerator card. Okay. Okay. I see. Auto crafting. Holy shit. Bueno, gente, el video ha quedado demasiado largo, por lo que lo voy a cortar aquí y ya en el siguiente video pues lo continuaré desde donde lo dejamos. Así que nada, muchas gracias por ver y hasta la próxima. Bye.